Okay, and the question is lactobacillus mediated conversion of milk to curd results because of coagulation and partial digestion of milk fats, coagulation and partial digestion of milk proteins, coagulation of milk proteins and complete digestion of milk fats, or coagulation of milk fats and complete digestion of milk proteins. And the answer for this is B, which is coagulation and partial digestion of milk proteins. So lactobacillus is mediated from conversion of milk to curd, which results because of coagulation of partial digestion of milk proteins. Next question, find out the wrong statement. Whiskey is obtained by distillation. No. Beer is obtained from fermented grains of barley. Wine and beer is produced with distillation. Or beer is not an alcoholic liquor. And yes, and the answer is beer is not an alcoholic liquor. Let's move to the next question. Chemotherapeutic value of penicillin was first reported by Ernst Chain and Howard Florey, Alexandra Fleming and Selman Waxman, William Bateson and Jonasson, or Edward Jenner. And the answer for this, the first chemotherapeutic value of penicillin was reported by Ernst Chain and Howard Florey. Let's move to the next question. Which are fat soluble vitamin? Vitamin A and D, vitamin E and K, vitamin B and C, or both A and B? The answer for this is both A and B, which is vitamin A, D, E, and A, D, E, and K. Let's move on to the next question. During secondary treatment, primary effluent is continuous by agitated in aeration tank. There is vigorous growth of useful aerobic microbes in the flocks, reduction in BOD level, or all of the above. And the answer for this is all of them, which is primary effluent is continuous by agitated in aeration tank. There is aeration growth of useful aerobic microbes of flocks, reduction in BOD level. And the question is, which of the following wastes are used in biogas production? Domestic waste, agricultural waste, agro-industrial waste, municipal waste, forestry waste, or chemical waste? Option A is 1 and 4 are used. Option B is 2 and 3 are used. C, 1, 2 and 3 are used. Or option D, 2 and 4 are used. And the answer for this is C, that is domestic agricultural whereas agro-industrial now these wastes are used, which is produced or which is helped in production of biogas. Let's move on to the next question. Biogas plants in India have been designed mainly by Indian Agricultural Research Institute, Center for Cell and Molecular Biology, Indian Institute of Science, or Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Now, the answer for this is A, which is Indian Agricultural Research Institute. Now, let's know the history of this, a mini history of this. Indian Agricultural Research Institute is also called as IARI. This is a short form for this. So now IARI, what they did, now IARI along with Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which is CVIC, have developed biogas plant in India. So, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, along with Khadi and Village Industries Commission, that is CVIC, have developed biogas plant in India. Now, let's move on to the next question. Biogas is produced by anaerobic breakdown of biogas or agricultural waste by methanogenic bacteria. Now, it is a one-step process, three-step process, two-step process, or multi-step process. Now, the answer for this is three-step process. Now, let's know what are those three steps in breakdown of biomass or agricultural waste by methanogenic bacteria. The first step is hydrolysis. Second one is acetogenesis. Third, the last but not the least, methanogenesis. You can make a code for this. You can keep this in mind. HAM. HAM is hydrolysis, actinogenesis, methanogenesis. Now you can keep code for any answer to be remembered. Yeah. So then this is a three-step process: hydrolysis, acetogenesis, and methanogenesis, which is HAM. Now let's move on to the next question. The second step in biogas production is generation of methane, anaerobic breakdown of polymers, aerobic breakdown of polymers, or conversion of monomers is organic acid. And the answer for this is conversion of monomers to organic acid. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following is false about biogas? It contains 50 to 80% methane. Agricultural wastes are utilized. It is highly polluting, or biogas plant is difficult to construct. And the answer for this is it is highly polluting. Biogas is biodegradable and which is very good for environment, and it is not polluting. And the biogas mostly contains of 50 to 70% methane, 50 to 70% and not 80. 50 to 70% methane. It burns with a blue flame and it does not produce smoke or any type of pollution. And the next question is, which of the following is not an advantage of biogas? It is cheaper, large quantity of raw material is used, it does not cause pollution, or it is used for cooking and lighting. And the answer for this is large quantity of raw material is used. It is not an advantage of biogas. And the next question is, biopesticides are the chemicals which are used to destroy pests, the living organisms or their products which are used for the pest control, the organism which destroys the crops, or none of the above. And the answer for this is biopesticides. Biopesticides are the living organisms or the products which are used for the pest control. And the next question is, bioherbicides and bioinsections. Bioherbicides and bioinsections are non-persistent, non-toxic and biodegradable, maintains the biodiversity and stability of ecosystem, decreases the chance of environment pollution and degradation, or all of the above. And the answer for this is all of them. It maintains the biodiversity and stability of ecosystem. It decreases the chance of environment it is non-persistent, non-toxic and biodegradable. Let's move on to the next question. Mosquitoes can be controlled by Sympetrum, Coccinella, nuclear polyhedrosis, or Bacillus thuringiensis. And the answer for this is A. This is very important question. Mosquitoes. This is a very rare and unique question which can be asked for the exam. 80% of chances. Mosquitoes can be controlled by Sympetrum. Now, dragonflies. Now, let's know what is Sympetrum. Yes, I already said. Dragonflies, which is Sympetrum, dragonflies, which is also called as Sympetrum, controls the mosquitoes. Sympetrum, which is dragonflies, controls the mosquitoes. And let's move on to the next question. The viruses which have been tested as insecticides against the serious pest of cotton idolatus species are cytoplasmic polyhedrosis, entomopex virus, nuclear polyhedrosis, or all of these. And the answer for this is all of them, which is cytoplasmic polyhedrosis, entomopex virus, nuclear polyhedrosis. And let's move on to the next question. IPM stands for International Pollution Management, Integrated Pest Management, International Plant Management, or Integrated Plant Management. And the answer for this is P. Integrated Pest IPM is Integrated Pest Management. And next question is, which of the following is not correctly matched? Azadirachtin, which is name, nicotine tobacco, pyrethrum datura, or retinol diuresis elliptica. And the answer for this is C, which is pyrethrum datura. And the next question is, the rhizobium is able to fix atmospheric nitrogen. This ability is due to the presence of enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase, presence of enzyme nitrogenase, presence of enzyme nitrate reductase, or symbiotic association with fungi. And the answer for this is presence of enzyme nitrogenase. Yield of paddy field can be increased by application of cyanobacteria, nostoc or anabina, archaebacteria or symbiotic bacteria. Now the answer for this is nostoc and anabena and not Annabella movie. Yes. So nostoc and anabena are the nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. They increase the nitrogen content of moist soil and water bodies, which can be used in increasing yield of paddy field. The next question is, ectomycorrhiza absorbs the stored nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and calcium in host epidermis, host cortex, root hair or fungal mantle. The answer for this is fungal mantle. So here's the explanation. Now in ectomycorrhiza, fungal hyphae covers the surface of root and it forms a fungal mantle. It forms a fungal mantle around it. The hyphae absorbs important plant nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium and soil and stores it in the mantle. Fungal hyphae contains important nutrients which are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, which is from the soil, and stores it in the mantle. And the next question is control of pest by living organisms called as hyperparasitism, predation, biological control, antagonistic control. And the answer for this, let's know how. Biological control is the application of carefully selected weed feeding insect species in the eradication of weed plants from the crop fields. Okay, and the next question is dash are not nitrogen fixing bacteria. Nostoc Clostridium Azotobacter, Anabina Azotobacter rhizobium, Nitrosomonas nitrosococcus, Nitrobacter, Olorisa bacillus polymyxis. Now the answer for this is Nitrosomonas coccus, Nitrosomonas, Nitrococcus, and Nitrobacteria. The conversion of amina, the conversion of ammonia to nitrate to nitrate is carried out by certain bacteria which are chemosynthetic bacteria, which are Nitrosomonas, Nitrosococcus, and Nitrobacter. Nitrosomonas, Nitrococcus, and Nitrobacteria are not nitrogen fixing bacteria. A legume having symbiotic association with Rhizobium and Erorhizium is Sesbania rostrata, Crotolaria juncea, Psychomopsis tetragomboloba, or Sesabania aculeata. And the answer for this is Sesbania aculeata. Let's know how. An effective cyanobacterial biofertilizer is Azoloanabina symbiosis, which is very efficient biological nitrogen fixer. Now, azolla is mostly used in agriculture, particularly in rice fields. Now, the farmers have observed over 50% of higher yields by using azolo as biofertilizers. And a legume having symbiotic association with Rhizobium and Arosium bean is Sesbania aculeata. The next question. Enzymes are generally used to getting desirable flavor of cheese and butter, modification of food gums, adding sweetness to confectionaries, or all of the above. And the answer for this is enzymes are generally used in getting desirable flavor of cheese and butter. Match the column A and column B, which are acetic acid, butyric acid, lactic acid, gluconic acid, Aspergillus niger, Lactobacillus sps, Clostridium butyrrhium, or Acetobacter aceti. Option A is A4B3C2, T1, 81B2C3D4, A2B1C4D3, A3B4C1D2. And the answer for this is acetic acid, which is Acetobacter, Butyrrhium, by the name lactic acid, you get to know that it is of lactobacillus sps, and the fourth one is gluconic acid, which is Acetobacter aceti. Match the column A and column B and find the correct option. Dextran, invertase, streptokinase, protease. Clarification of juices. Use as clotbuster, hydrolysis of sucrose, or polymerization of simple sugar. And the answer for this is